It is, the number says for themselves, you know, we've been going up and up, the number of dead people. We are probably this week or in the beginning of next week, we'll be over 1,000 deaths a day. Big cities are now being involved. So it all started from the north part of Brazil, in Manaus, which is the capital of the Amazon state, and it's not a crowded state. In São Paulo, where things started by the private sector, now is coming to the social determinants of health from São Paulo, which are slums, and Rio de Janeiro really worries me a lot.
President Bolsonaro wants to restart the economy. So I just want to first get to why he fired you. He calls it a consensual divorce, so to speak. He praised the work you'd done, but it appears that there was a difference of methodology. He wanted to get the economy going, and I think you thought that you can't do that until you get the health crisis stabilized. What was it, and was it friendly? I mean, are you pleased with the way he's still conducting this crisis?
Absolutely different opinions about the same situation. It was obviously something that I could not handle, with him saying to people to go back to job, walk around and don't keep distance, saying that it was a simple flu. And we were on the Minister of Health with all the academy, with all the governors and mayors and people from the universities, and talking with people all over the world, saying that people would have to stay home, to stay safe, to take care of the elderly people. We were clearly in opposite sides. So once these differences were public, I think that, I mean, he did what he decided that he should do, but history will tell who was right and who was wrong. I think that the numbers talk by themselves.
And just very briefly, last question, you raised President Trump. I mean, obviously, Bolsonaro has been compared in many ways to President Trump, but he also really respects and gets a lot of sort of influence by President Trump, right? I mean, you've witnessed that. How does that work? How did it manifest?
Well, I think that it worked partially, because even Mr. Trump backed his position when he noticed how damaging that could be for the United States when the New York health system fell apart, Chicago, California, Florida, and our president kept with the same kind of statement, saying that we had the drug, the chloroquine. He keeps on telling that to people, that there is a drug that solves it, and it is very cheap, and that we have the drug. And he keeps on saying that this is just someone taking some kind of few directions that they can avoid it. And unfortunately, he's one of the few leaders that are still keeping his statement that the economy must go back anyway, that the loss of jobs is going to be worse than the epidemic, and that people should be worried about how to keep the economy going, because staying at home will bring more damage to the people's health